Welcome to Giant Redwood, the channel where machines roar, steel bites, and forests transform before your eyes. From chainsaws to colossal chippers and log haulers, every moment here is raw, powerful, and unforgettable. Stay tuned, the action starts now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Giant Redwood. How are you all doing today? I hope everything's going great for you. Before we jump into the action, I just want to take a moment to check in. What kind of machine do you enjoy watching the most here on the channel? Do you love the roar of the chainsaws, the unstoppable power of the grinders, or the massive trucks hauling timber out of the forest? Your comments and feedback really help me know what to bring you more of. So, let me know down below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're excited for today's video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I always enjoy reading your thoughts, and together we're building a strong community of machine lovers right here. Now let's get into the action. The steel chainsaw fires up with the growl that cuts through the silence of the forest. That familiar roar isn't just sound, it's power, torque, and precision packed into a compact frame. The chain blows around the bar, teeth flashing as they prepare to bite into the first trunk. The operator steadies his stance, grips firmly, and lowers the bar. Wood fibers surrender instantly, chips exploding outward in a shower of sawdust. Each cut is clean, confident, and fast. Even when faced with a dense hardwood log, the steel pushes through without hesitation. That's the difference a well-designed two-stroke engine makes: constant high RPM and torque you can rely on in any conditions. Minutes pass as the chainsaw moves from job to job. Limbs fall quickly as branches are trimmed away. The log is bucked into precise sections, each piece uniform and ready for transport. This versatility is what makes the chainsaw indispensable, one machine that handles felling, limbing, bucking, and cross-cutting with equal ease. Look closer and you will notice the engineering at work. Anti-vibration mounts keep the operator's hands steady, reducing fatigue across hours of cutting. The ergonomic handle is shaped for control at every angle. Quick stop brakes react in fractions of a second, halting the chain in case of kickback. Power is nothing without safety, and steel builds it into every model. As the demonstration continues, the saw tackles larger trunks. You can hear the motor dig in, but it never falters. The chain slices deep, the bar gliding smoothly until the log splits with a sharp crack. The sawdust cloud thickens, sunlight piercing through to highlight the storm of wood particles. It's raw power, yet completely controlled. Beyond the forest, steel chainsaws prove their worth in other environments. Storm cleanup crews rely on them to clear fallen trees after hurricanes. Rescue teams fit them with carbide chains to cut through roofing and debris in emergencies. Even artists use them, sculpting wood into bears, benches, and totems with incredible precision. A machine born for timber has become a tool of versatility across industries. Of course, none of this performance is possible without proper care. Operators sharpen the chain regularly, keep bar oil flowing, and clean air filters after each use. A well-maintained saw is safer, sharper, and lasts decades. Many steel chainsaws outlive their first owners, handed down to the next generation of loggers and craftsmen. Time stretches on, and the chainsaw shows no sign of slowing. The operator has cut dozens of logs, stacked them neatly, and still the engine runs strong. That reliability, the ability to keep going hour after hour, day after day, is what makes steel legendary. It's not just a tool, it's a partner that professionals trust with their livelihood. As the segment closes, the final log is cut clean, stacked high, and the saw powers down. The silence that follows is striking. All that remains is the scent of fresh cut wood, the warmth of the engine, and the satisfaction of work well done. The steel chainsaw has proven once again that it's more than steel and fuel, it's precision, endurance, and trust forged in every cut. So what impressed you most, the storm of sawdust, the clean split of heavy timber, or the sheer endurance across minutes of relentless work? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you enjoyed the action, and subscribe to Giant Redwood for more unstoppable machines in action. The chainsaw doesn't rest for long. With another pull of the cord, it roars back to life, bar and chain spinning as if eager for more. Now the operator takes on even tougher work, felling a large tree, thicker and heavier than any before. Preparation is key. The operator studies the lean of the tree, checks the wind, and clears the escape path. With steady hands, he makes the notch cut a precise opening at the base, angled just right. Then comes the felling cut, bar biting deep from the opposite side. Tension builds in the wood until finally, with a cracking roar, the tree begins to fall. The steel has done its job again, and tons of timber now lie on the ground, ready to be processed. This is where endurance matters. Cutting down a single tree is one thing, but in the forest, it's hours of constant cutting, trimming, and bucking. The steel chainsaw is built for this marathon of work. Anti-vibration mounts keep fatigue low. The lightweight design makes maneuvering easier. And the reliability of the engine ensures that, pull after pull, it will start, even when conditions are muddy, wet, or cold. The chainsaw moves on to bucking, cutting the fallen tree into sections. Each cut must be straight and efficient, because wasted time means wasted fuel. The steel slices through trunk after trunk, converting massive logs into precise lengths. Meanwhile, branches are cleared away with limbing cuts, the saw darting in and out with speed and accuracy. It's a non-stop rhythm engine roar, wood crack, chips flying, silence, then roar again. Over time, the ground becomes covered in sawdust and logs stacked neatly, each one a product of precision and trust. And still, the steel doesn't falter. That's what makes it a favorite among professionals worldwide, not just power, but consistency over hours and hours of hard use. In some places, the same steel models that fell trees in the forest are also used in sawmills with portable setups, mounted on rails to slice logs into planks right on site. In other situations, storm recovery teams bring them into cities to clear fallen trees blocking roads. Even rescue crews fit them with special chains to cut through walls, roofing, and steel-reinforced debris during emergencies. By the end of the day, the chainsaw has worked through dozens of logs, cleared countless branches, and proven once again that it's more than just a tool. It's a trusted partner, a machine that bridges the gap between human skill and raw natural force. So as the steel powers down and the forest grows quiet again, the message is clear. This chainsaw is built not only to perform, but to endure. Every cut, every tree, every hour of work is proof of its design, its engineering, and its reputation. The sawmill roars back to life, belts spinning, conveyors moving, and blades sharpening to speed. A freshly cut log rolls forward, still rough with bark and forest dust. Hydraulic arms grip tightly, lifting it into perfect alignment. The operator makes final adjustments, and then the machine surges into action. Steel meets wood with a scream of power. Bark is stripped, fibers split, and sawdust bursts into the air like smoke from a fire. The first cut squares the log, turning a natural shape into the beginnings of usable timber. Seconds later, secondary blades move in, carving thick beams into planks. The process is relentless, yet precise. Conveyors hum as the planks move further down the line. Circular saws slice with force, while band saws refine each edge into smooth precision. Water sprays across the blades, keeping them cool as they cut non-stop through dense hardwood. Dust extraction systems roar overhead, pulling sawdust into silos. Nothing goes to waste. Bark, chips, and dust are collected for energy and recycling. Technology guides the entire process. Laser lines mark the wood, showing exactly where cuts will fall. Computers optimize each pass, ensuring that no part of the log is wasted. The result? Maximum boards from every trunk, each one measured, cut, and ready for use. At the end of the line, robotic stackers collect the finished planks. Neatly bundled, they're ready for drying, shipping, or immediate use in construction and furniture. What was once a raw, towering log now sits as precise boards, strong, uniform, and valuable. After 6 minutes of cutting, the transformation is staggering. Piles of lumber stand ready, the sawmill floor buzzing with constant motion. This is industrial wood processing in its purest form, raw nature turned into the building blocks of our world with speed, precision, and endless power. The sawmill doesn't slow down once the first stacks of boards are finished. This time, attention shifts to refining and sorting, where precision becomes just as important as raw cutting power. Freshly sawn boards ride down conveyors into a grading line. Here, lasers scan their surfaces, detecting knots, cracks, or variations in thickness. In seconds, the system decides which boards are suitable for furniture, which are best for flooring, and which will serve as structural lumber. Each piece is diverted automatically, ensuring nothing leaves the sawmill without being properly categorized. Meanwhile, other machines continue to break down offcuts and side slabs. These are trimmed into smaller boards or chipped on the spot. Every scrap of wood has value. The bark stripped earlier is processed into mulch, sawdust is pressed into pellets, and chips are loaded onto trucks for pulp and paper mills. The sawmill is more than a factory, it's a system designed to leave nothing behind. The Pezzoletto PTH900G is a mid-size powerhouse designed to deliver professional chipping performance without compromise. As the in-feed rollers engage, whole logs and heavy branches disappear into the machine, pulled forward with smooth hydraulic force. The wide opening means less preparation, no need for trimming or cutting before feeding. Inside, a heavy-duty rotor spins with incredible torque. Its hardened blades strike each log with precision, slicing wood into uniform chips. The sound is unmistakable, a steady roar of steel meeting timber, followed by a stream of chips blasting out the discharge chute. In just seconds, raw wood is transformed into usable material for biomass plants, paper mills, or heating systems. The strength of the 900G comes not only from its cutting power, but also from its efficiency. The feeding system automatically adjusts to the density of the wood, slowing or accelerating to prevent overload. This ensures smooth operation, reduces fuel consumption, and maximizes productivity across long shifts. Durability is built into every component. Reinforced steel frames, wear-resistant blades, and robust bearings mean the machine can run continuously in the harshest forestry conditions. Maintenance points are easy to access, keeping downtime low and output high. After just a few minutes of operation, the impact is clear. Piles of bulky timber vanish into the chipper, replaced by neat mountains of chips ready for transport. The Pezzoletto 900G proves that a compact design can still deliver industrial-grade performance, strong, reliable, and built for the demands of modern forestry.